Hey, I'm Scott, and I'm an American in Bangkok. Got a letter. Hey, Scott, thanks for all the great videos about Thailand and your experiences there. I am planning a 3-week trip to Thailand in January, and if I like it, I am considering a longer stay in a year or so to determine if I should retire there. I am late 40s, divorced, and I am not looking to remarry, but would like some companionship if I were to be there on a long-term basis. My question is, generally speaking, are Thai women open to long-term monogamous relationships with guys without getting married, or should I expect that there would be an expectation of marriage after a few years? I have no problems in telling a woman to take a hike if she insists on the marriage. However, if it is ingrained in their culture, I don't really want the prospect of having to date a new girl every year or so because they are so inclined to get hitched. If eventual marriage is a reality in order to have a long-term relationship, are Thai women open to prenups? If so, are they enforceable in Thailand, or will the farang lose out every time? Thanks for reading this, and feel free to call me a chowderhead if you like. Cheers. Jimmy. Jimmy, you're a chowderhead. No, not really. I just figured, you told me to call you a chowderhead if I like, and I haven't used that word in a while. And guess what? I have a chowderhead shirt that will be available shortly. It should be available in the next week or so, maybe even the next couple of days. It's being made as we speak, or as I speak. Who's we? Right now there is no we. It's just me. I got no staff running around here. Okay, so to answer your questions. Well, first of all, are Thai women open to prenups? There are prenups in Thailand. Quite frankly, I've never heard of anybody using them. I don't know anybody who has a prenup with their Thai wife because, from what I know, most Thai women don't go after their men for everything that they have. They don't go to the court and say, hey, I want this money. It just doesn't really happen on at least on a scale that, well, it doesn't happen with the type of women that most foreigners end up with. It may happen with the ties with Thai on Thai relationships, or some of the guys, some of the foreigners who get into relationships with the girls with a higher standing in society, if you will. Girls who have money, who come from a money background. Their family's got, they're making a couple $100,000 a month, or they're making a couple million baht a month, and their families are well off. Maybe they know about this. Maybe the men that are going after women, Thai women, they know about this. But the guys who are generally going with Isan women, or women that are kind of middle class or lower, they don't usually get prenups. However, like I said, there are prenups in Thailand. And I don't really know much about it to tell you if the farang loses every time, because I haven't really even heard of any farang who have prenups with anybody. I don't know. None of my friends have prenups with the women that they're married to. Doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, but I've never heard of it. I don't know anybody who knows anybody who has a prenup. And I have to say that in many cases, I'm not sure about when it comes to the prenups. I mean, I'll just be honest, but in many cases, I've found that the courts are fairly understanding, and they try to be fair. But so I wouldn't say that the foreigner will lose out every single time. I wouldn't go so far to say that. All right. But when it comes to men and women, courts tend to lean towards the women for whatever reason. And I think it's really, it's completely situational. As is the question that you initially asked, which you're saying, Are Thai women open to long-term monogamous relationships with guys without getting married, or should you expect there to be an expectation of marriage after a few years? I would expect there to be the woman that you're with to, after a couple of years, she's going to say, hey, are we going to get married or not? But then again, I know several guys who've been with their women for 5 years, 10 years. One guy's been with his woman probably for 17 years. And so I would say, yes, they are open to it, but I really think it depends on the situation. If you get a girl who's very, very close to her family, who thinks to herself that she's always got to be sending them money, or that they need some kind of a sinsod when you get married, and she's looking forward to that, she's never been married, she hasn't ever really had many relationships, or whatever it might be, then I would say she's probably going to want to get married. But you may be with someone who is just kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm doing my own thing. My family understands. The newer generation of Thai seems to be a little more open to these kind of relationships. But I think the best thing to do is just be upfront with the girl and tell her, hey, this is what's the deal. I'm not looking to get married. So, if you don't like it, hit the road, or, let's see what happens. So, that's the way it goes. I mean, it's my way or the highway. And some girls will go, I don't care. Some girls are like, hey, I don't want any kids. I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. I don't care. I just want, And they're willing to do that. I know, let me think here. I know one guy, let's see, two guys. I know another guy who's a good friend of mine who was married. Well, he was with the girl for many, many years. And then finally he went, let's get married. It's probably beneficial. And that was the way that they both looked at it. So I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You'll be able to find some companionship. I would not worry about that. Considering that you have a little bit of scratch, it's not that difficult. So don't worry about it. Let's see. I got my new book coming out very, very soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting it done. It's called Ask Me Anything, Letters from Farang. Should be out about December 15th. And that's all I got. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choki, that Japan.